All right, volume looks good. Hi everybody. It's a little early, but figured that we would go live since we have a little bit of a wrap up between Alice and Ruby. So welcome to the playground. It's Monday Night Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by night. I'm Pixie, and I'm joined tonight by Nox, my storyteller. You'll forgive my frogginess. It's been kind of all day. So, yeah, we were going to kind of wrap up a little bit of a side storyline before everybody else gets here for the night.
So, this scene takes place effectively at the end of session 52. At this point, the rest of the coterie has retired to their varying places. They've gone wherever Idaho has disappeared to. Uh, Vic has headed to his apartment. Michael's headed to the penthouse. All of the other kindred have dissipated. The ghouls have also headed to their respective places. It's just you and Ruby. So you have at this point about an hour and a half. The sun is starting to rise in Philadelphia. The first lights are starting to kind of filter through the sky. So where would you go to take Ruby, knowing that she has both requested this meeting with you and also that the last time that you spoke with her at the beginning of the evening for session 52, when the night flipped over, that she seemed kind of worried about things. Is there any particular place that you would take her, or
I'd probably ask her where she's most comfortable. Where would she want to go?
so
Being
she
that this is
leads
more her schedule anyway.
right. She leads you a um, to a coffee shop that's not too terribly far from the club. It is kind of it's a little rickshaw to be frank. Um, Not all of the walls are even the same material. Some of it's been covered up with corrugated metal. Um, some of the chairs are actual chairs, some of the benches are actual benches, and sometimes they're what look like refitted bumpers. Or it is a little, like I said, rickshaw. But more than that is everything is just covered in art. Everything is just different styles of art, different people collaborating, people getting their first cups of coffee and things like that. It's not busy, um, and as you're greeted and shown in, um, it's easy to take up and get a corner booth kind of away from everybody. She heads to the counter and gets cups of coffee for both of you, even though you won't, you're not going to drink yours. Um, and then settles into the booth across from you, and she's like, "So tomorrow's the night, right?"
Yeah.
She kind of looks around the room for a second. She goes, "Do we think this is really going to change everything? Do we think that we're going to be safer?"
I won't go so far as to assume the outcome, but let's face it, every time an Elysium is called, it changes everything inevitably, whether for the good or the bad.
She kind of gets a consternated look on her face, and she goes, "No, I've never been." She goes, "Is it?" She's like, "What? What is it like? Is it just a giant free for all with a bunch of people like you who are just kind of you know
I
she
would,
she shrugs. She goes, I just don't. She goes, I don't know what I'm walking into, and I'm halfway worried that you know that that we're gonna go wherever this is, and all of the sudden suddenly the Mortal Kombat theme is gonna start playing,
and
or I'm gonna have
it does
somebody
seem that way sometimes.
somebody
In,
rushing me from the shadows.
in my opinion, it's very much like the American judicial system. There's a lot of pomp and circumstance, and most of the time the outcome is already known. But everyone has their parts to play, and we have to play along to an extent until, we can fully put our plan into action.
She goes, but isn't this that one woman's plan? She goes. I mean, I know, like we're supposed to be helping her, but she kind of gets a tremble, and she's like, she was nuts.
I think at this point we are looking at her as more of a tool, if that makes sense.
She kind of gives a little bit of a nod, and she goes, so then what happens tonight? What how do you think this plays out for us?
I honestly haven't thought that far ahead. And you already know from the beginning of our relationship, I've hated the politics side of it. I stood by Michael's side because I believe that what, he's doing is right to try to bring us together. But when it comes to Elysium, I'm not I'm looking at this as more of me being a soldier. I'm taking Michael's command and I'm just going to go with the plan. I don't I don't have any grand scheme of my own.
She nods, and she gives you a smile, and she goes, just as long as wherever you are, I am. She goes,
Of course.
she's like, and we'll stick together and we'll get through it.
Mm. And believe me, I will do everything in my power to keep that bitch away from you. This is none of this makes me happy just because I'm going along with it and have a semi-solid confidence about all of this. It doesn't mean I'm happy with it or that I even fully understand everything that's going on. We're kind of in the same boat here.
She kind of nods, and she goes, I overheard some of the others talking about her, and they said that she's like Shaw. They're like, is he as awful as she is?
Oh, Shaw is a fucking monster. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd say I wouldn't want to meet him in my darkest hour, but I kind of already dealt with that at those fucking warehouses, and we were lucky to get away.
She she visibly shivers, and she's just like,
But I'll say this: my observations of Mariah are that she is more fueled by her own rage than just an outright insanity to attack anyone and everyone, which seems, from my prerogative, to be Shaw's MO. Shaw is just Heath Ledger's the Joker. He doesn't have to have a rhyme or fucking reason. Mariah is fueled by something other than that, and I think it, in some ways, gives her a little more control.
She she kind of gets a faraway look on her face, and she goes, you know, when she came to the apartments, she she did this thing where all of the lights went out, and it was so dark and cold. It was. She was like, I've never felt anything like that. She says, and if you're saying that there's something worse out there, she goes, I can't even imagine.
Why do you think I've been so protective over you? Why you had to basically fight me to join in our adventures, as you say? It wasn't that I was just trying to keep you, you know, on the outs. It was protection because I knew something like this was coming.
She nods. She goes, do you think anybody else like me will be there? She goes, do you think like Teddy or Huey or Gloria or Lisa will be there?
Would I know that, storyteller?
I you could you probably would not be able to say with any certainty who is going
Okay,
to be there outside of the major political forces in the
that's
city.
what I thought.
Um, but you also know that a call for Elysium is so because Elysium is basically a neutral ground that anyone can show up,
Right.
um, as long as they don't use their powers and they agree to not cause any problems. Um, Two things with Shaw the last time there's Elysium to complete advantage of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'd probably inform her that of that exact fact that it's kind of an open court situation. As long as you agree to mind the rules and don't start any shit with anybody, then you're kind of welcome to watch the show. So anyone could essentially be there.
She she thinks about it for a second and takes a sip of coffee, and then she gets up and she walks around the to your side of the booth and cuddles in with you. She's like, just as long as I get to be with you. She goes, that's. She goes at the end. She goes, that's all I want.
That's the plan.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek, and then she looks into your eyes and she goes, we need to get you home before you get crispy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm tired.
She finishes her coffee, and as you walk back towards the apartments, it is somewhat difficult not to ponder, perhaps, how someone who once upon a time was a fun snack for you and for the other kindred who showed up at the club has become both an important part of your unlife as well as seemingly a kind of weird point of contention for seemingly everyone else. as you guys drift into the apartment. Lane is already in bed, unconscious and snoring. And as Ruby pulls the shades and the protective covers over, it is difficult not to immediately sink into that darkness. So that is the end of that scene and the end of that session. Once everyone is here, the new evening will begin.
Cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of trouble we would get into. So when you told me the 30 to 45 minutes early, I went with the 45.
Yeah,
Just
no,
because you never know with me and Ruby.
so it was one of those things where originally when I was thinking about how this was going to be, I wanted to, like, I knew that I wanted that perspective of Ruby asking you because she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Ow. My
but
headphones
I
are
also
catching.
but I also didn't know um, where it was, what the how this was going to end up.
Yeah.
I guess is the so so the do you have any questions before we start the next session? Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Is there
Looking, let me see. I know you have a character sheet for Ruby. Wondering how I can or not.
uh here? I thought you have access to it. In players can be edited and controlled by. I will. I guess I can just put the all players for right now. Save changes. It should show up for you now.
Try. There we go. Okay, so looking at some of her stuff.
Okay.
I'm just kind of wondering with her skills mixed with the group skills, like what her strengths are.
Um. So when I was building the character of Ruby as a player character or as a character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
um, some of the things that seemed really apparent to me. One, she has in the past demonstrated that she is willing to be sneaky and to break into places and stealth around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I knew she was going to definitely have. She's going to be more dex than strength,
Okay.
um, and she was going to be more, and she's going to have a really high wits skill. Um, I was also knew that her stealth was going to be high, as well as larceny and survival. After the incident at the naval base, where they basically set her on fire,
Mm-hmm.
I also figured out that she was likely going to be somebody who is going to be kind of a survivor. Um, so her stamina is actually ended up being the highest of her physical stats. Um, and also her composure is the highest of her social stats. Um, so she is more. She's very. She's not very combat oriented. She's never
Right.
gonna. She's not a fighter. She's. She might fight. She's got a knife. But she might fight in the event that she absolutely had to.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but the but she's far more prone to attempting to sneak away or run away or
Which is, yeah, best when you don't have any kind of athleticism.
mhm.
Um,
Now she also has there are a couple of things about her that make her fairly unique among Duskborn. One, she has access to a single point of obfuscation. She has Cloak of Shadows. Um, so she has the ability that if she stands completely still, um, she will blend into her surroundings, which again rolls more into the fact that she's prone to to hiding and running away.
right.
Um, but all of this came with um, some some merits, but definitely some flaws.
Yeah.
Um, she's she is a high, what is considered a high functioning addict. She is definitely a junkie. Um, she is um, she has the flaw of having baby teeth. She doesn't actually have fangs. Um, she's also has the ability. She is what is considered um, lifelike, wherein if shits and giggles, if somebody like if she had to go to a an airport and had to go through TSA,
Mm,
where the rest of you would probably come across some scrutiny as they were like, "Why are you like a corpse?"
mm-hmm.
She could walk right through because she still appears to be mostly alive. It's only under like actual medical scrutiny that she comes up um, as being dead, and that even goes up to and including um, doing things like having sex or blood pressure checks, body heat checks, things like that. Like unlike everybody else, um,
Right.
she still exudes warmth, actual physical warmth.
And as far as some of the things that we both have in common, um,
Well, she got the point of obfuscation from you.
right. But like she's got one in a cult. So if we were running together in something and I needed to use that skill, would she be able to back me up?
Yes. So if you two were in a situation where you were attempting to, so the thought process there is that so I would okay. So the assumption is that because your occult skill was so high, you'd likely have had books or things laying around. She might not have gotten into as studying them as hard as you have, but she definitely picked them up and maybe read them during the day or or what have you. She's nowhere near as skilled as you are, but she has done some of the reading. So in the event that you needed to pick her brain about something, you absolutely could. If you needed to do like to do a skill check, she's there for an occult roll.
Cool. Okay.
Um,
Now, even without something like a melee, would she still be able to wield small weapons in her own defense? Like I have brass knuckles?
so because she's got nothing in any of those things, she's any of those skills is going to default down to just a stat,
Okay.
which means that she's going to be like
We have a Zack live.
yo. Because of her strength, she's only ever gonna have like a one dice pool on attempting to do anything like that.
Okay.
Until I get my
Interesting.
next feat of potence. No, my next dot of potence. If I feed another vampire my blood, they get half of my potence added to their strength pool.
Which is funny because Martha, she spent a bunch of XP She had a solo session this weekend, and she spent a bunch of XP. And one of the things that she got was Draw to Celerity. So now if somebody drinks from her, they get half of her half of her dots in celerity rounded down. So
I think I have enough points for it. I just wasn't 100% sure if that's what I wanted to go for next.
There's like a
But I think
gnat in here, and it's driving me crazy.
You currently have 20 points on the dot.
Yep.
So
Damn.
So I could put my 4th in potence.
You could. So here is something that I was just talking with Pixie about this. So a lot of the people in the coterie are spending their points either on their attributes, their physical, social, or mental stats, or their disciplines. But a lot of times, it's your skills where you end up on the other side of the roll.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, and the perfect example that I've given for that is your strength and your brawl.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where the reason, you have a high strength skill, but the reason your strength skill is so effective is because your brawl skill is basically maxed out, and because you've got a specialty in it, which means that you have a huge dice pool. Because anytime because and I'm just, given a storyteller, secret way. Anytime that I want to screw with you, my immediate default is to say, Dex and Athletics, because you don't have any points there. Because then it's a way more even roll.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I have to put you in a situation where it's your strength and brawl, the only way that that's going to turn into a contest is if they have some way to resist it, i.e., they're like somebody who can tank it with fortitude. Or they've got a super high dexterity skill to attempt to offset your roll,
right,
and kind of get evasive. Because if you get your hands on him, it's over. Like that is kind of the unique thing about your character is that with your strength and your brawl being so high, it basically means that anybody who's in arm's reach of you is probably in for a world of hurt.
Yeah. But I make up for it with my lack of everything else.
Well, and that's kind of what I was saying is but you've got your points are almost wholly focused on that, and you don't really have, like, for instance, you only have the 1 in drive. You only have, despite having the obfuscation, you've only got 2 in stealth. You've only got 2 in intimidation. So despite the fact that you definitely have the ability to back your threats up, you do not come across as particularly threatening.
I'm a big teddy bear.
But yeah, if you were looking at, what skill was it for potence? Is Draught of Might?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the one that Martha's called the Draught of Elegance. Literally, it's just the same thing. It's literally the same.
It's just for, yeah.
It even says in the skill, it says this is the potence equivalent of Draught of Elegance. Uncanny Grip. Lol. Would have been my choice. Oh, I have to climb a fucking building? Cool. Just gonna sink my fucking hands in there.
New nickname, King Kong.
I'm going for level 5. I'm not sure. I'm kind of split between Earth Shock and Fist of Cain. Both of them are pretty crazy.
Fisting Cain? What?
Fist of Cain. Yeah, Fisting Cain. Hey, if I can find them.
2 rouse checks for Earth Shock. No additional test is needed to create the shockwave. The ground is hard to miss. Lol. I mean, that's straight up like doing the fucking Hulk clap. That's what it is.
Yeah, it even says be careful where you use it because you can bring the building down on you.
Yeah, it's significant collateral damage. Anything but the ground floor, the floor might shatter, causing everyone within the radius to plummet to the floor below. What's the other one? Fist of Cain. Vampire's bare hands can inflict grievous injuries lethal to both mortals and other vampires.
Oh,
I mean,
Zack.
that's definitely you.
Yeah.
Zack, you know those apple pretzes we bought yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I eated them all.
Oh goodness.
They were so good.
Don't tell Amber.
I hadn't.
Jesus Christ. Looking at the stuff from Fortitude. Level 5, you just turn into Colossus. Flesh of marble, the power of the blood causes the skin of the vampire to harden, taking on a marble-like sheen that is still supple, but stops any blow before momentarily breaking and reforming. A vampire using this power is almost impossible to destroy outright, barring a lucky blow or physical restraint. With this power active, the vampire ignores the first source of physical damage each turn, including fire.
Wow.
If confusion arises about which source is first, the storyteller decides based on the narrative, or the vampire just ignores the most damage single source taken. Oh. So somebody attacks him with a missile launcher, the other guy attacks him with a pistol. Pistol does damage. What the fuck?
Snack. Can grab snack.
So what are you thinking about? Are you gonna spend some points?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still gonna hold off probably.
Okay. Keep in mind, tonight's Elysium.
Ah, crap.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
All right, what am I gonna need? I need some intimidation.
We need a rocket launcher. Maybe an EMP.
Giant flashlight.
Couple of UV. Yep, we'll get it taken care of. It's a chocolate. You guys see Martha's message?
Yep.
Cool.
Mm.
Oh my god, those eyebrows. Dragon looks ridiculous now.
Oh, pet dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He has attack eyebrows.
He has attack eyebrows, yeah. For real.
I will be right back.
How's everybody doing in chat? We got a little bit of an early start to wrap up a little bit of a storyline with Ruby. And now we're just kind of chilling, waiting for the rest of the coterie to show up. How are you guys? How's Monday treating you? Mm-hmm. What? Oh, she's banging on the walls again. Are we having pizza tonight?
We can. I ate around, what was it, 3:30 or so? And Amber ate ramen, but that's just ramen. I know that usually doesn't keep her
Yeah.
full, but so she might be hungry by 7.
I definitely needed yesterday to recover after Saturday. I went for over 7 hours.
It's worth it.
It was awesome. It didn't feel like 7 hours at all. In fact, I'd kind of planned to break up the stream with a few different games, to kind of keep things fresh. But once we got the crew going in City of Heroes, like, we just took off. That was it. We were gone for pretty much the whole stream. There's a gnat in here and it's driving me nuts. I don't think I... Well, hopefully we see some more of our usual Monday night friends. Hopefully we see John.
I might need intimidation tonight. That's gonna be what I'm gonna have to do. Intimidation.
Yeah. I ended up having to do the same thing with one of my new Bahari powers. It gives a plus to my intimidation, but I didn't have anything in intimidation, so...
I was looking at some of the play sheets or the lore books. A lot of them have some really interesting abilities. I just don't know that the story or the lore behind it actually would go with my character. It just doesn't seem any of them really fit Vic that well.
As long as none of y'all start worshiping Cain, we're okay. Like, pick and choose. Oh. Oh, man. Oh.
I know I'm tired.
I know. Mondays are always rough on us.
Mm-hmm. See if my new tea has any caffeine.
Think you could put the kettle on for me? Could use something warm. Drink a Coke now, but it's not exactly great on a scratchy throat.
Kettle's on.
Thanks, babe. Yeah, for anybody that's new to the chat, the channel, or just lurking, Victor here is played by my husband, Zack. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't played Jackbox with us before, meet Zack. We've been together for 15 years this year. Family the games together.
Yeah, I don't know how much more I can take, honestly, so.
I know, you just about ready to get rid of me, huh?
I'm telling you. Pain in my ass.
But you love me so much. It's Skot. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We're live early, so just a heads up.
Oh, really?
No pregame.
I had
tonight.
to, I know, no
already-
pregame. I had to wrap up a little bit of a thing with Ruby, so I was on a little early.
Oh. All right, then.
She's freaking out about Elysium.
Oh, that's not worth freaking out over.
That's what I told her. I said, I mean, and she's like, well, is this, or just kind of asking
don't we
if
see
things
how
were going to go
Elysium
crazy.
goes,
I'm
and
like,
then
things
we'll-
always go crazy at Elysium. You can't predict. You just show up with your best defenses and see
Elysium
what
is
happens.
how you know some shit's gonna go down. Like that's like
yeah, it's
if
like
they
it's
call
inevitable,
Elysium, it's
but
like,
you don't
uh-oh.
know how it will go down. That's what I had to explain to her. Shit will go down. I can't explain to you how it may go down.
The extent of how much it will affect you, unknown at the moment.
That's
Mhm.
right. I mean, what's
Mhm.
the worst that could happen? You could die the final death. I mean, don't get upset. I was reading over the rule book trying to think of what to do with this XP.
I just
Yeah,
invested
we
some
just
XP.
spent ours.
I still don't even know what to do.
What did you spend yours on, Vic? I thought you said you were holding on to yours.
I put it a third point of intimidation, so I spent 9 for. I figured I might need it tonight.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
ready to get
everybody
it.
load up.
Get up in some people's faces.
Yep, you already detected. Okay.
I mean, there's no reason for me to put any more in melee. I've already got 0. You can't do much better than that.
Wow. So you have, what do you have? You have 26. You had second only to Martha. And she
Whoa.
spent hers.
I think the kettle's off.
Okay.
I
So what do
mean,
you think?
I looked over the disciplines. I really didn't see anything that looked like it was that attractive to me in the disciplines. Obviously, I've got a lot of shortcomings in combat, but then I'm like, I still kind of feel like that's not really Idaho's thing. I thought
Did you
about
max out animalism?
Yeah, I'm at 5 on animalism.
Oh, you're already at 5 there.
Yeah, I was at 5 when I think when we had our duo and I drew those bats down on the vampires or the dudes that were screwing with us or whatever. I think by then I was 5.
Ah, okay.
I think wasn't that my 5th level thing? Yeah, animal domination. Basically being able to command the animals to do what I want. So I was thinking about, I don't know. I mean, I obviously could bring up something like, I don't know, brawl or melee or.
Okay.
Or firearms.
I feel like I've had this conversation 3 times tonight. So one of the things that I've noticed is that everybody in the coterie likes to spend points on either their attributes or their disciplines. And meanwhile, a lot of times, like your skills are kind of left in the dirt. And the problem with that is it means that in any given case, you're relying entirely on your disciplines and your attributes to carry you through, which means it's easy to screw with you if I'm like, okay, so do your intelligence and academics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about upping some skills. My question was more like, what would make sense for my character? Because I was, I should just drop another point in persuasion and get 4 in persuasion, but that just seems so highly specialized.
The other one that I would say is you also have, now keep in mind for advantages, you also have the lore sheets that are at the back of the book.
I didn't look at that. I
So
forgot
the
about
lore sheets are 3 per point. So maxing out an entire lore sheet is reasonably cheap.
I liked some of the abilities in the lore sheets, but I just didn't think that the lore behind actually really applied to Vic much. You know, like that'd be a cool ability to have, but I don't know that. Like, I think it was like the second one, third. Let me look.
It's in the core rule book.
Yeah, the very back of the core rule book. After tools, it starts on 382, I think.
Let me go check because I completely missed that. I just looked over the other stuff.
There are actually lore sheets in most of the books, but some of them are so specific as to being like, you didn't build a character and then add the lore sheet. You looked at the lore sheet and then built your character.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, that's what I noticed is a lot of them are like, nah, that wouldn't go with what I'm doing at all.
Oh, here's that Bahari thing. Okay.
Yep, that's the first one there.
Okay,
but
Theo
the
Bell.
System is here too. We've heard that name before.
I was kind of disappointed it's not Taco Bell, so I'm going to pass on that. Ooh, True Anarch. Oh, Canine Heresy, no. Karna. Ooh, Primogen of Milwaukee. Now that's something to put on them resume. Oh, she's an old Tremere. So yeah, that's interesting. I've always thought the blood magic thing is super cool. And I mean, why wouldn't I want to be able to do that? But again, I just don't see how to get that to make sense for Idaho. Legion of Thorns. You are the scholar. Well, that definitely rules Idaho out right there.
You're Harry Potter. The magic was in you all along.
Oh, the First Inquisition. Okay, I'll take that one.
And there's some that are class specific, or like a Ventru. You can only be Ventru. Mm-hmm. You can only be a Toreador.
Right, I see that.
I don't know, there's a lot of options in there. Like if I would have known about them beforehand, like during character creation, maybe I could have tailored something. But I just don't think Vic would go with much of any of this. Well, when I have to re-roll, I have a I have to re-roll the character after Elysian the Night. Then
this Rudy thing seems cool, but
he sacrificed himself for the greater good. The greater good.
A lot of these don't seem like they fit a new vampire either.
So there's also another. So I will link another book that I've linked to you all before, but
then I should have it. I just don't have it open right now. Then I'll look for it.
This is the Anarch book.
Oh yeah, I've got that one.
Oh yeah, I do too. Then let me find it.
There are some ones at the back of the Anarch book as well.
I think I looked those over too. Okay, yeah. Back off of that. I'll see if I'll just take a quick look at that. Otherwise, I was thinking I was just going to drop points in skills. The Anarch book. Let's see. I'm not sure where the
Man, this table of contents on this PDF.
Oh, 190 is the page. Let's start.
Yeah, the table of contents for the two clan books or the two sect books for the Camarilla and the Anarch, like they're not anywhere near usable.
Oh, this very first one, Salvador Garcia, seems pretty cool.
Funny enough, that's the exact same one that Martha took.
That makes a lot. I was going to say that looks like it makes a lot of sense for somebody who would be like a baron.
Martha took the first point.
Oh, I like this Agata Steric, the very first one, terrorizing the powerful. Awesome.
Yeah, that was when the three from the Anarch book that that Martha was looking at were the Salvador Garcia, Agata Steric, and then it's like the very last one. Oh, the Anarch Revolt.
Oh yeah, that does seem cool. But again, I just don't see. I mean, obviously I could force anything in, I guess, but I don't see how that fits Idaho.
Descendant of Tyler looks cool. And it's Brewhog. No, Runes of Carthage too. Well, maybe not. Knowledge, the principles. Nope.
So remind me again, please. What was the price for skills?
For lore sheets or for like
No,
skills?
just skills.
3 times cost. So okay, so like if you're going from 1 to 2, it's 6.
Okay.
If you're going from 1 to 3, it's 6 plus 9.
Okay. Well, I guess I could just do a little sprinkling. How much did you say I have? 26.
Make it a donut. Let's put some sprinkles on it.
That's right. Let me just sprinkle a little.
Why'd you have to say donuts?
Because you had to say sprinkles.
I mean, I guess I could go up in persuasion. I mean, that does seem to be something that Idaho tries to do a lot of. That would be, I'm already at a 3, so is it just 4 times 3 to pop that into a 4th dot?
Yeah.
Well, let's do that for the first thing.
Okay, so move your persuasion up to 4.
So that's 12 points.
Yep, so you're down to 14.
Okay, now let's see what else.
You could learn how to drive your goddamn hearse.
I already know how. I've got one dot in there. That's all I need. Talking about.
Hearse has so many fucking dents.
I mean, I could do athletics and brawl and drive all up to 2. That's what would that be? 2, 4, 6?
No, 3 times. It's 3 times.
Oh, wait. I'm just at a 1. I'd be going up to level 2.
Right, so 2 times 3.
Oh, what am I thinking? 6. So I can't do both of those. Let's do athletics up to 2 and drive up to 2.
So your athletics is already. Did you just click it up to 2?
I just clicked it without thinking about it.
Okay, so you're putting your athletics and your drive up to 2.
Yeah, so let's do that.
So
That'll
6
put
each.
me to 2.
Yep, 2
XP.
XP.
All right, that's good. Let's just go with that. That means I can cartwheel to the car when the shit goes down and drive away before anybody else gets in there with me.
You actually have the highest persuasion now.
You can do the hood slide.
That's right. Instead
You
of
do have the highest persuasion now.
well, I should use it tonight. Everybody, just stop fighting and crown Michael king of Philadelphia. That's a persuasion, right?
Or else, and then I'll use my intimidation.
Right. Well, you gotta have a talk with Vic. You don't want that.
And then Reese comes up and kicks you in the taint.
Okay.
Then we've got little old me doubling down with the intimidation.
Yeah. I'll persuade myself that it didn't hurt.
And then Robin jumping on the nearest bar. Yeah, guys, yeah.
Oh god. Fucking Robin.
You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to you.
Wow.
I know what's gonna happen to you though.
You know what I feel about Robin? Zack will know about this bit, but Dane Cook used to do this bit about fucking Brian's coming. There's always that one guy in your group that annoys the shit out of everybody, but
That's
you
his
never
name,
kick him
fucking
out.
Brian.
So his name is fucking Brian, because he's just that guy, and you're all wanting to go hang out and like what, get a pizza, and then you find out like, oh, fucking Brian's coming.
Fucking Brian's coming.
Oh no.
And that's how I feel about Robin. I'm like, fucking Robin. Ugh.
Robin was really good until she got turned into a ghoul. And she thought she was like Superman or something.
Well, it was kind of pre that. The fact that she was so easily like led by those other vamps to just like, after I told her like, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I'm sure they were using
Don't
some
fuck around.
Oh,
no, yeah, they
were.
were.
Yeah.
They were, but I had no way to
And
break
on a
that.
human too. Most humans have like no chance. Like
that was the other reason. Like everybody, you guys all questioned like, why did I go along for the fun? It was like, it wasn't fun. Like I knew that she could not break out of what she was in, so better have me there than to just find her as a stain.
Oh, we got some more stuff on the map. I decided to scroll
Yes.
down.
Oh yes.
Creepy warehouse. Nice. I think we should move the Haven to the creepy warehouses. What do y'all think?
I've already got a food.
No, you could go ask the current residents there. I'm sure they'd be willing to give you a hand.
Mm-hmm.
That will never be. I'm never gonna stop using that.
I'll just persuade them to let us take
It
over.
was just.
Tell me exactly how you are going to persuade the hand to let you do anything.
With
Where are its ears?
My persuasion of 4. I would sign to them.
Al did put the flyer.
Yeah,
that we
put
had.
the fucking flyer.
That's what it is. Like, motherfucker, you seen this guy? Have you seen him?
I think it's more
Let
I'm
me
trying to
know.
persuade the people behind the hand, not necessarily the hand itself.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, the actual action you want to be doing is not to talk to the hand. Got it. So while we are waiting for Martha, since the beginning of the evening, there are still, you guys will have time to take care of something. Do we want to start?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Are we on? Are we live? Have we been doing our our comedy
I mean,
roll for
I was gonna,
for the
yeah, I was
audience?
gonna wait for intros till Martha hit, but we can roll now.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we've been here a little bit. Some of you guys have been lurking, and it's appreciated. Welcome to the playground. I'm Pixie Phoenix. I'm a full-time variety streamer here on Twitch. Tonight, you're joining us for our weekly Monday Night Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night live-action role-playing sessions. I'm joined tonight by Nox, my storyteller, Skot, who plays Idaho, Zack, who is our Victor. I'm your Alice, and we're currently waiting for Martha, who is our Michael Starwell, to join us. I think last we heard they are running late. Traffic issues. So, what are we going to wrap up, sir?
So, welcome everyone to our Monday night 5th edition Vampire Masquerade Chronicle Philly by Night, session 53. And we got a humdinger for you tonight. So tonight's the night. Tonight is what several weeks of work have been building towards. This is Elysium, and all of your cards are on the table for how you're going to be taking down. So when the evening starts, and Al, you wake up a little bit early. When you wake up, there is actually somebody who has Lane is walking into the apartment, kind of bleary-eyed, and she has a letter that is wax sealed. Lane holds it up and she goes, "I'm pretty sure this is y'all's invitation to the ball tonight."
Yeah, they sure like to be ornate.
She kind of flippantly flips it to you, and it is specifically addressed to Mr. Michael Starwell. Do you open it, or are you going to?
Oh, fuck no, that's not my business. I hold on to it until Michael wakes up. In fact, I go ahead and go and text Michael's phone that, I have important communique that he must see ASAP, so that when he wakes up he'll see the text.
So you guys know that tonight is the night. You've only got a little bit of time before you need to head out. Everybody starts to wake up. We will wait to do housekeeping until Mr. Starwell arrives. But so Idaho, you are where would you have headed for this? Are you attempting to stay in the local area? Would you have ventured outside of here?
Ooh, he's glitching.
Uh-oh.
Probably gonna have to refresh.
Looks like he did.
You guys see him now?
See a baseball cap. Now I see him. Let's see if I see him move right now.
Right.
He just put a picture up in front of the camera.
He's turned into Colonel Sanders.
So, drinking can cause memory loss.
Or even worse.
Or even more memory loss. Or even worse, memory loss. Sorry.
I'm gonna refresh and see if I see him.
Should we all have pictures held up when he comes back?
And he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone totally now.
Connectivity issues.
There it is.
I see movement.
Well, that was fun. All of a sudden, for whatever reason, my wireless router decided to drop my internet connection. So.
Yay.
Fuck you, wireless router. Okay, so Idaho, where were we? You were telling me where you were going to be waking up. Did you stay to your normal places, or did you stay? Did you wander away and kind of check out something new? Did you?
No, the way I kind of imagine this with Idaho is that now he's had enough time that he's probably found a good several places that as close as possible without incurring the bane, and just kind of shifts from one to the other on a a somewhat random basis. But in other words, as close as possible is all he's going to ever do. I don't see, unless something happens, I don't see any reason why he's going to venture out to find a new place just to sleep.
Okay. So you wake up. What is your, knowing what's going to be happening tonight? Do you make any special? Do you head out anywhere? Do you do anything special? Do you contact anybody? Do you?
I am going to contact somebody.
All right. Who are you contacting?
I'm going to contact.
Samantha.
I've got her. Yeah, Samantha. Alyssa. Remember, she was the.
Oh, I do. I totally remember Alyssa. Yeah, that call, when you go to dial that number comes back as dead. That is a disconnected number.
Oh shit! Well, that sucks. Damn, we never got to even interact with her beyond the very first time.
You should ask Alice about that.
I should. That's strange.
He should.
The fact that you were hearing her call for help at the warehouses.
Oh, that was. Oh, okay, Alyssa. Okay.
Wait, that was Alyssa. Was one of those?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that never clicked on me. So that was one of the ones. Wasn't she one of the ones who called out to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forget.
Could have been her hand or her eyes looking.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize she was part. It never clicked to me that she was part of that group.
She was actually the one that night, way back when. Hold on, excuse me. So this would have been the session that was between for Alice, takes place after session 42, but she had it between 41 and 42, so like basically 12 weeks ago. Where Alyssa came to the bar on an off night and asked Alice if she wanted to go get up to some anarch trouble. And at first it seemed kind of benign, and then it wasn't so benign, and then it got kind of malignant.
And then
I called her relatively recently and asked her to join us on a thing, and she was at a party and said she couldn't make it.
I don't recall this.
Because pretty much anytime we're going to do something heavy duty, like maybe when we were going to help Threnody, or maybe when we were going, it wasn't the flyering. It must have been when we were going to help Threnody. Was that before Al's little thing?
Oh wait.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't that long ago.
No, I'm vaguely recalling you talking about this, you calling her, and it was before what happened.
Okay.
It was like session 38, 39, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't remember the specifics. I just know that she was one of those people I always wanted to try to actually call upon whenever we had an opportunity, but I guess she's no longer handy.
She's the one who wrote "Help Me" on your bedroom wall.
Maybe. Okay, I don't know why it just never clicked to me. Now I'm wondering who I thought Alyssa was when you first mentioned it, because I thought for sure I knew who you were talking about. Now I'm super confused. Okay, well, I think we should go drive over to the kids we abandoned so long ago and get that little boy and throw him into the fight. How about that? No, but seriously,
I was going to say, I mean, you've got enough time to do it. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to add to your party here, but
it's a distraction.
I guess if you're needing.
We brought appetizers.
Yeah. So no, but basically because I was
going to say, what is it going to be? The group's Kenny?
Yeah.
There's going to be an immediate splat. Oh my god!
I'm just going to basically go back. Go to
5-second rule.
and just go back to my apartment and get my black suit with the green socks to wear to Elysium.
So okay, so you're dressing. So you're not going in your typical hobo chic. You're actually dressing up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have some fun.
I have made a note. Okay, so you are at the. You head to Kai's and your apartment, and you're getting ready in your room. Vic, you wake up. You know what tonight is. You know what's at stake here. What are you? And this is in addition to the stress on your head of what Carmine has dropped into your life.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Where are you headed? What are you? That first. What are you gonna do?
No weapons, right? We can't bring weapons.
You are not allowed. So the rules for Elysium is that it is a completely neutral territory. You are not allowed. You can bring weapons to the venue, but you can't bring them
Inside.
So
inside.
basically, stock up the trunk.
You are also not allowed. So the rules for Elysium, you are not allowed to use no disciplines. You can't. You're not allowed to use any disciplines either just casually or on others. And you are not allowed to instigate any problems while you are there.
We're gonna ignore that rule. Yeah.
So, what are you doing? How are you starting this?
I guess I'm arming it and getting the charger armed up, making sure there's enough weapons for everybody in case we get into a situation where we may need to defend ourselves at some point. It may not happen at Elysium, but if someone comes after us when it's over,
That will never happen.
So here's a reasonable question. Who all is coming tonight? Because if you're bringing all of everybody, all the ghouls, or not all the ghouls, but all of the associated kindred who are kind of around, like there's not going to be enough space in the charger for everybody.
At this point, have we asked everyone if they want to be involved? Like the Tremere and
The Tremere left. There's only one Tremere.
Sam, is it Sam?
Well,
Elliot.
I'll go to Sam, or was it Eugene? Who's here? Eugene. I can run by and
ask. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I mean, yeah. I'd rather offer to them than to just assume, and then that way we really can figure out: do we need 2 vehicles or the van? Yeah. What do we need?
Okay, so Vic, you're loading up the back of the charger with party favors. What else? What else is? What else are you attending to? Are you telling Romano and Harvey to stay behind and watch to man the door at the club? Are you?
Yeah, probably, because I don't know. If something goes down, I don't think they're going to be able to defend themselves very, very well. They're probably better just manning the club.
Well, Romano definitely has to stay at the club, although he could be a driver for you guys and man the cars. But Harvey as a thin blood is theoretically allowed to go to Elysium. They say in theory because thin blood, but so you're loading up the truck. You're loading up the car. Anything else you want to attend to? Any calls you want to put out? Is there anybody you want to get in touch with?
I guess I'll call the daughter if she's up.
Wow, he's gonna open that can of worms. Oh,
bring her to Elysium.
When you call the number, she does not pick up. Instead, a receptionist picks up. That she just says, "The dissolved girl."
Hey, this is Vic. Just calling for forget her name now.
I don't think you ever gave her a name.
I don't think one was named
Vic
last
Jr. I thought it was, wasn't it?
Victoria.
Victrola.
Trolla. Trolla for short.
Oh man, that's terrible.
So are we going with Victoria for her name?
Sorry. I don't know. I wouldn't have been the one to give her the name.
Don't
honestly.
do that. Then she's gonna be named after the freaking
Mm-hmm.
Toreador that betrayed us.
Let's give her. We'll call her Madison.
That's fine.
So you call. What do you? The receptionist picks up.
Just calling to see if maybe sometime soon we can schedule a time to sit down and talk.
The receptionist, you can hear flipping through like an appointment book, and she says, "Well, Miss Black is very busy earlier in the evenings as she's helping get everything set up and getting all the tables in order." She says, "It would probably be better if you needed to speak with her for you to show up in person, or, of course, to meet her during the day."
I'll see if I can show up early evening sometime.
She goes, absolutely. Should I tell her that you're calling?
Sure. Just let her know. Hope she's doing okay. Hope to talk to her more soon.
So she takes down the message, and she goes, "Well, so we hope to see you soon." And she hangs up. So now that you have faced off maybe the only person more intimidating in the city to you than Shaw himself, so now what are you going to do, Vic?
I think just waiting for everyone else to get ready, so we can go. Kind of anxious to just kind of
get on the road,
get going, and get this started.
All right, Alice. You wake up. You've got the invitation from Lane. You've got a little bit of time before Michael wakes up, and then everybody gets ready to go out. What do you do? Or do you get in touch with anybody? Are you reaching out to anybody? Are you making any special preparations? Are you
Probably take Ruby shopping. I mean, if we're going to Elysium, we might as well look good.
Okay, so you head out. Where, what kind of things are you looking for? Where are you?
It'd probably be kind of punk, boutique-y, Hot Topic minus the geeky shit,
Okay. What kind of look are you attempting to inspire here? What are you like?
I'd probably do for myself like a black Lolita dress with some Doc Martens. Maybe a hip holster bag. And I imagine, in my mind, Ruby is a little more punk than I am.
Can Ruby
You could
go?
correct me on that, but
I would say that she probably leans into a little more into the punk aesthetic than the goth aesthetic, but
yeah, so I'm sure she'd, probably grab a band tee.
Can Ruby go?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Thin Bloods. They're not.
No, he said Thin Bloods are technically allowed to go, but they may not be treated very
But
well.
because of Yeah, just kind of, get some clothes together, head back to the apartment, start getting ready.
Okay. Do you contact anybody? Do you reach out, make any phone calls, anything like that? Is there anybody that you want to, send, note for next of kin or anything like that?
Refresh my memory again on where we left off with Marla.
Marla, the last,
Still MIA?
yeah, the last time that you had anything to do with Marla, or that you followed up on that was the scene when you guys went to the hospital. Which, by the way, we need to finish that since that was actually kind of left at a important point.
Okay.
Yeah, we finished that night.
Maybe do a midweek.
Yeah, we can definitely schedule something like that.
I had forgotten all about that. That might be why I blanked out on her. Okay. I mean, I don't imagine contacting Nolte about any of this would be meaningful.
Go get that piece of chocolate.
No, but I think that when we get together with Michael, I would want to present the point of, do we think it's really a good idea to even open the club tonight, knowing that
That's a good point.
we're putting everybody else at risk by not being here? Would it be better to keep our people close to home, maybe in, a bit of a lockdown at the apartments for the evening? That's one thing that Alice is definitely considering.
So I would say that this is something that, in lieu of Michael being there, that this is something that you would be able to approach Moira about, as Moira would definitely would
Okay.
act as a stand-in.
Yeah, I'd probably text her and ask for a face-to-face.
So when you get back to, we'll say that you text her when you're out and about shopping to inquire about this. When you get in, Moira is waiting in the lobby for you to come in, and she kind of, upon getting an eyeful of the two of you, and is kind of like, "Oh, going out for the evening?"
Would Moira not have known about tonight?
She's being sarcastic.
Ah, okay. Just tonal there. Tonal. Well, we figured, it's a big night. We might as well dress the part. But there is something I wanted to bring up with you about the club. I'm not feeling like it's such a good idea to even open tonight.
She kind of nods, and she's like, in agreement. She's like, after what happened with Robin,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that they have been more open about attempting to do violence towards us in fairly open view. She goes, she says, I would have brought it up with Mr. Starwell himself, but he's not awake yet.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, so now I'm in agreement, and as I know that he listens to your counsel often. Oh, speak of the devil. Holy shit. Dressed for Elysium.
Ooh.
So
we all got fancy.
So about this point, Michael wakes up.
You're literally right on time.
That's good.
Perfect.
So you wake up, and coming out of, you have a message from Moira that Alice is meeting her in the lobby. The discussion that's going on, we'll say that you come down and you come into this discussion, is whether or not the club should be opening tonight, given the fact that all of the relevant members of Kindred are going to be missing in action.
Yeah, I don't think the club should be going tonight. I think we might have to be like closed tonight just because it's a powder keg kind of night.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what the hell's going to happen. Anything can happen right now. So let's make sure those who we care about are not vulnerable or out in the open, having strangers coming in and out. So club's closed.
Okay,
We'll say it's a gas leak or some shit.
Moira says, okay, so we'll keep the club closed. Is there any place that do you want to move everybody? That's all of the relevant members of the staff, and do we want to keep them in the apartments? Are we moving everybody over to the club, and everybody's just kind of hunkering down there?
There's these really cool, creepy warehouses down by the river.
Yeah, just use those.
What do we think is
Vic around
safer with
right
the
now?
the basement?
Yeah,
basement
like is Vic
rooms?
around in this?
I'm
conversation?
outside. I was outside just putting
He's
guns
loading
in
the car.
truck.
Yeah, he's
In
Okay.
the trunk of the car.
Basically, whichever building is easy. I think, I hate to take people away from their homes and the apartments, but I feel like everybody, it could either like be a target, like what happened at Threnodies, if everybody's in the club, or it could be something that's far more defendable. I'm leaving this to you, Moira. What do you think? Because you're going to be like in charge while we're gone, right? Because she's the most senior.
she's definitely the most senior of the ghouls.
Okay.
She says, if we're looking for a single central location to defend, the bar is probably better. She's like, if we're attempting to, if we think that people are going to like be getting in, she's like the apartments probably give somebody more of a chance to escape, as there's more places to hide. She's like, but if we're attempting to defend ourselves, the club is a much more defensible position.
I'll make sure they have some weapons in the club too, so that if they have to defend themselves, they've got some weapons.
Okay, Moira, this is the point when Moira says, so who all is going tonight?
Us and whoever will follow.
1, 2, 3, not
as many licks as want to go.
Okay, so let's go down the list of relevant people who might be coming with. I'm assuming all of the coterie is going. Mm-hmm. So Ruby is going. Are you guys bringing Harvey?
He's a vamp?
I mean, Harvey's the thin blood that guards the door with Romano.
Oh yeah. I'd like to bring Harvey, but I don't know how well we can decide. Like, what do you think, Romano? I mean, what do you think, Vic?
I don't know. I think he's probably better off here.
Somebody who knows how to use a gun and can defend. Yeah, I think Harvey needs to stay
got
here.
A little bit of a mouth on him. I don't know that.
Harvey can stay here. Thanks. I forgot about that.
His router's been bugging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. When we were asking all the ghouls and everything if they wanted to become vampires or elevate their status, Romano was very quick to say that Harvey was probably good where he's at, but if you give him any more power, then he might run with it. So he's like he just needs to be kept thin blood, because if he's ever made a full vampire, he's going to be in some trouble.
How so?
I love the fact that on this night of all nights is when my internet is being the problematic one. Jesus Christ. Okay, so
Google
Harvey
Fiber,
says-
man. Google Fiber is the way to go.
If it's even available around where you are. I mean, come
know,
on, guys.
I know.
Joke around here.
okay,
Like, we have the
so
fast internet, but it's still like, are you rich enough to be in an area where it's there?
Coteries going, Ruby's going. Did you guys discuss amongst yourselves whether or not?
Harvey stays.
So Harvey's out.
My question is, like, why do we think giving any more power would be a bad thing?
Romano thought he was untrustworthy.
Like, he could turn on us, or
it was more akin to that he didn't think that that Harvey was ready for the big leagues. Is really what it came down to.
Okay.
Are you guys going to other relevant vampires that are in your sphere? Are you going to invite Brittany? Are you guys going to extend an invitation to Eugene?
Yeah, I'm not at that meeting they're in right now. I was just going to finish getting dressed and go knock on Eugene's door.
Okay,
I don't expect Brittany will come with us, but we can at least invite her. I mean, it doesn't hurt. She's part of the coterie.
I would like all the like vamps to come and like Thin Bloods to come to. Damn it, he's gone again. To this meeting really quickly before we all disperse. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna run and grab something and see if I can beat the bee up. Ready? I'll be right back.
Go.
We're just gonna hear tripping and crashing and falling, and
We play some Yankee.
very end a little yelp pain.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Can't
damn
say
it.
Yakety Zach, so you might get sued. No.
Nope,
Okay.
no yakety.
Okay, so I know you're on your way to go talk to Eugene, correct?
Yeah.
Who is going to head to talk to Brittany?
We just need to text her. Who knows where she is?
Oh, that's fair.
Got to go into the club and say, Brittany!
And it would have to be someone
wouldn't
with sense the
wouldn't it
unseen
be-
because we wouldn't be able to see her.
Wouldn't it be a little smarter to just send out a text to the ones that we're offering,
Everybody gather.
and
We need
all
to
meet in one
have,
place, and just be like, you win, you win, you
Yeah.
win, you win.
Yeah, there aren't
I think
that-
we also need like everybody in like the same place really quickly before we do disperse and head off to Elysium.
Company meeting.
So you head up to the Tremere's door and knock. Eugene opens the door with a bit of a flourish, and he is dressed in, there's no other way to say it other than full drag.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, I love it.
I'm
I'm gonna call her Jeannie from now on.
He is in fact in basically the exact same outfit from Baz Luhrmann's William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet that was worn by Mercutio.
nice.
So
Mhm.
sequins, short.
Mhm. Makes me happy.
I'm very happy.
He opens the door to you and gives you a big lipstick smile and says, "It looks like my date has arrived for the evening."
That's right. And I hold my arm out,
And he totally puts his arm through and struts right down with you.
Nice.
He obviously has almost no experience in walking in heels, so
He needs the support.
yeah. So
He's
it is
leaning on
kind of
me quite a bit.
it's kind of clomp all the way down.
Let's go.
So Eugene comes down. Who is texting Brittany?
I can text Brittany. Well, no, I know I
Who's
can't.
close?
Someone should text Brittany.
I forget relationship-wise, like intimacy-wise, who's closest to her? Is it you, Al?
I don't think
Or
any of them.
me?
Just
Yeah, I don't think
text-
anyone. She just kind of
text
she's.
Brittany, where are you? Are you going to Elysium with us? She
Yeah.
never shows up for these meetings.
Shooter attack. Hope for the
What do you,
best.
Alice? You shoot the text. What do you say?
I mean, everybody should be there, really.
Yeah, I think it was just when you had cut out, we had discussed just kind of, this was best to be a face-to-face meeting amongst all interested parties, so we've just shot a message out saying to join us in the apartment lobby.
So everybody,
Everybody,
whether they're going or not,
everybody.
should at least be coming to the
Yeah.
lobby.
That way, we're not
Yeah.
only discussing who's going, but those that are staying, what you need to do.
We should be doing this in the lobby? How clear from the street is the lobby?
I was going to say the doors would probably at this point be, if you guys are doing this in the lobby, then Moira would have locked the doors and made sure that it's not easy to see in. So Brittany shows up, kind of does her appear out of nowhere thing. She is not particularly dressed for the occasion, but when you do ask her if she is planning on going, she does say that she did receive an invitation and that she is planning on attending.
Wow.
I give her like a reassuring nod and like bit of pride. I let a little pride show on my face.
She gives you a very small curtain back. Speaking of the invitation, Al, have you yet handed the said invitation over?
I was
to
actually just
Mr.
waiting
Starwell?
for the right moment.
So,
Michael seemed to be still conversing directly to Moira, so I was kind of waiting for my opening.
yeah. So at this point, just to kind of reiterate where everything is, everybody will be at who is not coming along is going to be at the club, and the club's going to go into lockdown for the evening. As of right now, all of the members of the coterie, plus Ruby, Eugene, and Brittany are going. Obviously, Nawal can't.
Take her in a gym bag.
Just so she can be there symbolically.
I mean, be there so she's not like left open, like the free, the straggling.
It's like setting
It's
like setting a dead body in your passenger side thing, so you have access to the HOV lanes.
That's right.
Is she really that bad? Is she dead?
She's not dead, but she's deep in
torpor. And she's not like coming out at all.
And she's in pieces, wasn't she?
Yeah,
she was in.
We got to deal with that if we survive tonight.
Yeah, she was not only hacked up, somebody removed her fangs.
I thought though that the Tremere were working on helping to get her back together. Was I wrong in that?
Yeah, it's an ongoing process.
Okay.
So Alice, do you hand over the invitation?
Oh yes.
So the invitation, the envelope is thick black parchment paper, with a black wax seal on it. When you open it, the inside paper is not black.
As I'm opening it, I say, sometimes I just think we're just a bunch of middle school goths.
The paper on the inside is thick, heavy parchment. It is
fancy paper.
It is handwritten on there where Elysium will be tonight. Elysium tonight is being held at the Eastern State Penitentiary.
Interesting.
So I have advanced knowledge of the layout. That's good.
Not sure how I feel about that.
On that.
So the Eastern State Penitentiary is actually in the very middle.
Outside of the city, right?
Nope, it's in the dead middle of Philadelphia.
Oh.
It is.
Wow.
So the Eastern State Penitentiary is Actually, it's on the. So okay. To ping it on the map, it's about right here.
Okay.
Wow.
So almost like right behind the museum.
It is, in
Man.
fact, almost right behind the museum. It is a massive, massive.
Pictures look pretty creepy.
Yes, it is a. It looks a lot more like a castle than it does a prison.
Wow.
And originally, it was used to do solitary confinement of basically everybody who is involved, and basically everybody went insane. It's well purported to be very haunted.
Can you,
Okay, so
Zach? You said you had a link.
the Eastern what?
I'm just looking at
Eastern-
images on Google.
Eastern State Penitentiary. I found it.
I'd
Damn
like
it.
to see
Oh,
this
shit.
myself.
Yep.
Okay.
Dope.
You said
Yes!
Eastern State Pen.
State.
Everybody's
Yeah,
like,
man.
Google.
Well,
Oh my God, these like
Worth it,
corridors. I love it.
Okay, this is like every ghost hunter location ever.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, they've all done it. They've all done this one.
So, this is.
I love its deterioration. It's so like gothically gorgeous.
So, this is would be the point where if this were a video game, it would be. Is there anything else you want to do? Because from here on out, you cannot go back.
This is the point of no return.
save game. Save game.
No, I'm.
Save game. Save game.
New
I'm-
file.
Wait,
Double
wait.
save,
You mean
double
before we leave? Is
Yes.
this like before we leave? Okay, yes. So I would like to. I would like to have Ruby come up, and
Ruby is standing.
I would also.
Is
I mean, like right next to me.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to do the draft of the something for Ruby, and I was thinking for Harvey, since he's behind and he could be like boosted up as an extra vamp behind.
So,
So I'm trying to. I've leveled up in celerity, and at this point, I can give my celerity to someone who drinks my blood for the night.
I almost did the same thing with potence. There's a potence equivalent.
So when you here is when you offer that to to Ruby, she looks at you, Al, and she immediately shakes her head, and she's like I don't drink from anybody who isn't her. She goes, we've already talked about blood bonds, and she's like, it takes it. She's, I'm really susceptible, so she kind of shakes her head, and she's like, I'm not comfortable with this.
It was just an idea to be able to give you some extra power while we're there. You could blink out of a tough spot if you need to.
So she couldn't, because it's only your celerity rounded down.
Yeah.
She says no. Harvey is like, fuck yeah.
He's for it.
Yeah, Harvey. When you offer this to Harvey, he is all about it. He is like, fuck yes. So in order to do this,
I have to rouse the blood.
I don't know if you have to rouse the blood. I'm actually pretty sure that you actually just take the hunger damage because they're sucking the blood out of you.
Right.
So let me double check that real quick here.
It's the book wording is kind of weird because it does say rouse the blood, but then underneath it says the user drinks a rouse of blood from.
Oh, no, it's double dipping here. So no, you do have to do a rouse check for this.
Oh. Okay. Where's our most recent rouse checks? I'm scrolling for you. Oh, was that it? Yep. Here we go.
Oh.
Did it go?
Okay. So.
That's all right. You need that beast close by for tonight, I think.
So between you offering your wrist and him drinking deeply of you, and the effect of having to conjure the beast, your hunger is now at a 3.
Guess it's a good thing you didn't also
You're
feed
gonna need to
Ruby
pick up takeout on the way there.
That's my
Drive
idea.
through.
So,
I mean, but this also works for any other vamp or ghoul as well.
Oh,
Right.
really? Work for
And
gold?
nobody else wanted the boost?
so if anybody else wants it now, if you were offering it to everybody in the group, that's a role play opportunity. That is completely a decision that anybody else in the group can take. Now, with
Right.
that said, given the fact that you know where your hunger is, you can realistically only probably offer it to one more person.
So I would say that. And I say, is there anybody else who really thinks this would be useful tonight? Alice, Vic, Idaho, Moira,
I'd rather it go to someone who's probably a little less physically able to.
Brittany?
Yeah, somebody that's going to stay
Think
back.
this would help you?
If anything goes down.
Yeah, what about Brittany?
She's going with us, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm offering it to Brittany. I'm offering it to you guys, my closest encodery, and my ghouls.
Brittany kind of shakes her head. The ghouls seem interested in, definitely seem interested in drinking from you, but they can't get it. They don't get any. I do not believe they can actually get the.
Yeah.
It says to anybody.
Yeah, to anybody. So it's like a boon. It's like a mushroom for anybody.
Yeah. Well, Brutus will take some then. Go ahead. Give it to him.
Actually, it specifically says for vampires.
Oh,
in the duration.
Boring. House rule it. House rule it.
We could, if you want to house rule it, we can in fact house rule it for old enough ghouls. So ghouls who are old enough who already could have a point could get more points from your celerity, but that basically limits you to basically Moira and Clyde.
They both got to stay.
So Moira, Clyde, and Brittany are the only two that would either say yes or no in this position.
Brittany does not want to drink from you. She's not risking a blood bond.
Fair.
Your ghouls are definitely interested. Your ghouls are definitely interested. Oh, I'm the only one. Oh, nope, I see somebody moving. Ghouls are interested, but they are too concerned about your hunger to want to
test it
to drain you any further.
Right.
Speaking of Brutus, are you bringing Brutus with you, or are you leaving?
I'm going to basically have a little chit chat with him and say he's here on guard duty, protect the family.
Okay, he kind of saunters over and stands or sits next to Moira, and will basically be following her around like a puppy dog all evening.
Have a new dog to go yet?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we find any new dogs yet?
Moira responds and says, "We've got some feelers out. Should be here in the next. Should have some 1 or 2 here in the next couple days."
Damn it! I thought we could get one in a day.
I thought so too. This is not a lot of big ones out there.
Are you kidding? Philadelphia has pit bulls for sale all the time on Craigslist.
Hey,
they're not real pit bulls. They're just mutts. Anyways,
it doesn't matter. It's good enough.
Size is all we care about, not pedigree.
Look.
Who? Okay. Does Moira?
Look, the vampire AKC cares.
Does Moira or Clyde have a higher level of melee weapons?
Clyde's going to be more combat oriented here.
All right. So Clyde, you know how you always complain about getting shit? It's your turn to step up. Then I ask him to actually do the celerity. I'm gonna eat on the way.
Okay, so are you? Wait, hold on. So here, this was a question that I was going to ask. The ghouls are the ghouls are staying. Are you taking Clyde with you?
No, but I want him to stay because I don't want Harvey to be the only one who's boosted and able to protect the fam.
Got it. He seems like he is hesitant, but he does drink off of you. So your hunger is now at a 4. The beast is
Yelling at
in the
me.
back of your head, and it is raging. It is. Good thing we're going to a buffet tonight.
Yep, I say to it in my head. Good.
So
Exactly.
This is effectively as I said before, the point where if there's anything else you want to do, this is it.
I mean, like, roll for hunting on the way there?
I was about to say,
Well,
that might be the one thing. You need to hunt.
I mean, like, I don't want to be at, like, a 4. Like, maybe if I can bounce down to a 3 on the way. If I'm, like...
So I was actually going to say...
Grab a snack at a gas station.
Because we have not yet done housekeeping for the evening either.
Oh, shit.
Well, that would have affected.
I'm still wondering if there's any of my Bahari powers that I can initiate beforehand. But the one I was thinking about, I think we discussed that I couldn't, that Ruby would not be a candidate. Is that correct?
I'm going to need to be a little more specific on which one is it? Oh, the fourth one.
I'm not looking directly at the page. I don't have it open.
No, that is not. That is something you can hunt for, though.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do that then.
Okay, so.
But as far as my prep, of course, grab my pistol, brass knucks, At this point, you know, with my level of occult, I'm sure I would have had all kinds of collections of bits and baubles and things. Would I have had any kind of maybe talisman or anything for protection?
Like anything that you know as a fact would be functionally like effective.
Whether it's functionally or just like even like a rune necklace, you know what I mean? That just something that I would have that would.
I would say you could probably craft some. You would have crafted something if it's just like kind of a bit or a bauble. If you're talking about anything with actual any power, no.
No, that would have taken time to prep. Yeah.
But any sort of like a personal like rune.
Yeah, I
that
probably would have
carved
me and Ruby matching rune necklaces for protection.
And she will definitely be wearing hers under her shirt. Okay, so
I would have also like armed myself with my pistol, extra rounds, and my blade.
That's why I've got my thigh bag.
Now keep in mind that given the rules of Elysium, bringing any weaponry into the club is going to be prohibited.
No, my gun can be in the car. I mean, bullets are just bullets in a bag. I mean,
have you ever thrown a bunch of bullets into a microwave?
I'll bring the microwave.
Bottles of spray paint. And my
razor sharp penknife, please.
Okay, so everybody is basically as armed as they're going to get. Vic has got as much as he possibly can stuffed into his
within rules
into the trunk. So there are currently with Eugene, Brittany, and Ruby going, there are 8 of you. So are you guys taking 2 vehicles? I'm assuming that's you are.
Might as well.
Correct.
Probably the Charger and the van.
Okay.
Did we ever get a van?
No, you've got your hearse.
Oh, so well, there's still. If each one seats 4, we're okay.
I mean, you can definitely lay down in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the trip
back there.
The trip to Eastern State Penitentiary is. Oh wait, before we go,
Michael needs to hunt.
Time to do some housekeeping.
Yes, sir.
Right, row.
Do I rouse again, or do we know where I am?
Oh, you're like at 4.
Vic's hungrier. Idaho's hungrier. Al's not any hungrier.
I'm still gonna
And
have
what
a
are you
snack.
doing?
Me? Do I need to roll again?
Oh, yep. Are you the very last one?
Oh, you hit reroll off of mine? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Oh, wait.
everybody's a little,
Why does it say your name when I hit reroll?
you know,
Because
you reroll
now
to
they've
reroll.
separated the system. So what you can do for your own rouse is just do the button at the bottom of your bio.
On your character sheet, if you scroll all the way down, there's
Oh,
4
guys,
you-
this is
browse friends.
you're asking too much for my shitty little computer. Running this is hard enough. I'm sorry.
So, who is hungry? It was everybody so far but Al. So
Yeah.
Idaho is a little hungry, and
Michael is literally
Vic is-
chomping at the bits.
Vic is a little hungry, and so are you sticking with the roll, or are you going to re-roll?
I would like to re-roll, please. Thank you.
Okay, re-roll.
That was a little crazy. Just a little. Oh, come on, guys. It's just not that hard.
Oh, Lord.
So, Michael, you are on the verge of snapping.
Scared him.
If anything pushes you, you are going to frenzy.
Okay, can I call the beast?
You can attempt to quell the beast if you want to. I was going.
Oh, jeez.
Damn it!
Bro.
Oh no!
He left on the word going.
Yeah,
He said he was going to
I was
basically.
going.
He said, "I'm going to give it to you for free, along with a +5 boost to all of your stats for the evening." Right? I mean, right?
Exactly. How did you know?
Yes.
I'm kind of
Game
thinking
shows up.
Michael should go feed at the homeless encampment just in case things go south.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing.
Like, for me, it's more, I think me and Ruby might hit up, like, a close by nightclub or something that's still in our domain.
I mean, I'm in bad shape, and I'm like, I'm actually a liability right now. Where
Yes,
it's
you
the last
are.
thing
That's
need
why I
to
was like,
do.
you could take Michael's ass over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're gonna
definitely
go over there.
I definitely realize I need to eat something before I go, because there's no way that I'm going to like risk us. Like,
Yeah, show up with
even though
a
the beast.
4 or 5 hunger at the Elysium.
Right? Holy shit
Where's
snaps.
Charles? Where's Charles?
Just be like,
I'm fuck shop. Let's go.
We need to find you a vampire to diablerize.
soon, darling, soon.
I still don't want to diablerize. I just, he had acid blood, so that whole thing went south.
Mhm.
Yay! He's back.
Yeah, remember the guy that killed or not killed, but
I
attacked.
think we discussed it. I think we figured it out, Storyteller.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do?
Michael.
Straight to the homeless encampment, real quick.
Okay, so Michael, roll 6 dice.
Just 6.
Uh,
No whites.
2 white, 4 red. Excuse me.
It'd be one.
God
It'd be
damn
one white.
it.
It'd be
red.
1-5, I think.
God damn, that's a horrible row. I'm so fucked.
As long as you don't roll red zeros, you should be okay.
Well, I got Call the Beast ready to go.
Yeah, I was about to say, Idaho's standing right there like this.
Yeah. Quill of the Beast. I'm like ready for the last syllable for the spell. Quellus
Did it
Beasticus.
roll properly?
Yeah, I didn't roll yet.
Oh, okay. You're holding
No,
it for
I'm gonna wait for him to
Nox.
show up.
Okay.
because it's a 1 white and 4 or 5 red.
Five
Fuck
red.
me.
I know.
Good intentions.
They finally released the date. They released the date.
For what? They can't see shit.
Is that a pie?
It's the
What is that?
Mexican
Is that-
pizza. They're bringing it
Taco
back. They're
Bell.
bringing it back.
May 19th.
Man, I wish my body could even like tolerate a
Shazam.
Taco Bell anymore. It's like the last time I tried because I loved it.
I just make
It
my
was a
own.
sad day. I realized life would never be the same.
That's like me and alcohol. Like, I can have beer, but man, last time I had a gin and tonic, oh, it was not pretty. Oh, it was not
No,
pretty.
that's me and
Did
like
you want a
fast
beer?
food. That's like me and like Taco
Nah.
Bell. Like it does not it treats it like an aggressive invader.
Are we ready to roll?
1 second. I'm changing my network to something else.
Ah, okay.
I'm really sorry, guys, but like
No,
this
no, no,
happened
no,
to
we all have
reload
technical-
every.
You're in a new space. Everybody's been having technical difficulties on some point in this game. You get to take your turn.
I think that every time Nox disconnects, we should get a bonus just because,
Extra points, right?
yeah, I mean,
Having said immediately.
interfering with the flow of the game. I mean, come on, Storyteller.
Is this any better? Am I back? Am I actually back?
You are
They're back.
You're back.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm so
Whether
sorry.
or not it's
y'all.
better, we'll have to wait a little
Yeah.
bit to find
I'll
out.
I have no idea what's going on. My internet connection has never been like this. I'm sorry to all of you and to everybody watching. Okay, so who is making the roll for the group? Because this is going to...
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
This is really bad.
Like we're
All
getting a
night.
whole bunch of storms.
I was
in
about to
DC right now.
say,
Like, we
aren't you
are
guys
under,
getting
like,
some weather that
shit
way?
Weather. Yeah, like we're getting like it's right now.
Because I got
it's
a
like,
friend
it's
that's
darkest.
in Pennsylvania. Where is... I don't know if he's
He's
still
in
here
Pittsburgh.
in
It's in
chat.
Pennsylvania.
No, I know Knox is, but I think my friend Chris, who was in chat a minute ago, I think he
Oh, yeah.
is in that area too, staying with
I mean,
family.
DC too. It's thunderstorms and pouring rain. It's been dark this entire time, but it hasn't been sunset yet. Like it's not like the sun went down.
I think this is at least partially a Roll20 problem because I'm still having internet connections for every other thing that I've got going on, just not.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What
not
the
surprising.
hell?
Everybody I know has been complaining that uses it has been saying that they've been having glitch issues lately.
Anyways,
much for
okay,
their patches.
So before I depart again, who is rolling for the group?
Not
Is
me.
this a group roll?
Like, wait, what?
Because before you ended, you told Michael that she was rolling 1 white, 5 red. But
No,
if
I
this
was
is a
gonna-
group roll,
Yes, I'm going to assume that somebody is going to say that Michael is probably not the best option to go hunting right now, and that they're going to take over for this. So
I can roll. That's fine.
Yeah, because me and
Thank
Ruby are
you.
not with. Me and Ruby are separating off. Oh, okay. My friend Chris says he's in Murraysville. He says it's
Guess we're
east
spending
of
willpower
Pittsburgh
early.
on the edge of Trump country.
It's
But-
called
Wow.
Pennsylvania for a reason.
What a roll.
Yeah, it looks like we're spending willpower early.
Yay.
okay,
One
So-
success.
so that's actually a better success than it is because you can't re-roll zeros for blood, but that's a 0, so that doubles as a crit. So you're actually getting a critical. Yeah. So
4. Okay. All right.
Sorry to stumble over my words here. So this is for Idaho, Vic, Michael, as well as Eugene and
Anybody else that wants it.
Brittany. Al, you and Ruby are splitting. You're splitting off and going to go hunt separately.
Right, because I want to get my bonus.
Okay, so with that, you guys head to the homeless encampment. There's nobody there. When you leave, you guys step out of the alleyway. There is a group of people who, some of them you recognize as regulars, some of them you've never seen before, who are actually heading in a kind of circumspect route, but they're basically heading, look like they are on their way to the beacon. So it is not difficult at all to flag them down and be like, hey, sorry, club's closed tonight. We've got some problems going on. We're having a little bit of a private party. And quickly kind of mug down on them in an alleyway.
It's gonna be a quick 2-minute party.
Hey, at least they're getting a boost of ecstasy from me.
Of course, they love it.
There's a reason why quickies are popular. So
start off the night right.
So the question is, so I will say that collectively, out of this group of people, that you can divide up 5 dots of worth of hunger.
Who needs the most other than Michael? Because Michael's going to need at least 3.
Yeah, I'd say give her at least 3.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't really care.
I'm only at 2.
I'm only at 2 also. Are any of our NPCs super hungry?
I included them in it. They're getting their 1 each.
Okay, so Michael dropped it, take 3, and that gets us all to 2, and then we have 2 more to play with. So whatever.
Yeah.
So you guys each get 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take it for yourselves.
Sure.
Okay. So then everybody's hunger, Michael's is down to 2.
And Idaho and Vic's at 1, I guess.
And then Idaho and Vic is at 1. Al, you wanted to go hunting to take advantage of your. So
yeah, possibly like another small nightclub, lounge, something in our domain, something small and intimate.
You could certainly head back to that little art house that you went to this earlier last night.
Yeah. And I think we discussed this before, but I want to get clarification. Although I don't have Bloodhound, I would have the ability to tell when a woman is on her cycle.
Because of this, yes.
Okay.
So, roll your die. Now you are attempting to use you are attempting to go for your 4-point Bahari.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Especially going into Cam with the Sabat on her too.
Remind me again what the hell I'm clicking. I'm sorry, I blanked.
So you have currently. You are at. You actually have 1 hunger, so you're doing a 5 and 1 roll.
Okay. So. Oh, that's what the problem is. I moved. Okay. Can't remember. Did you say there was a place to roll from the sheet for this one? I'm still learning where all the rolls are.
I don't see that it.
Or is there not one?
For hunting. For hunting? I don't think so.
No, not for this. You're going to have to do
okay,
5.
So just copy the... Okay.
Yeah.
And you said 5 and 1.
By the way, for everybody out there wondering if we're going to get through all of tonight.
Who knows?
Oh, I didn't expect that we would.
Ugh.
Do you want to burn a willpower?
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't somebody else burn a willpower recently? Vic, you burned a willpower.
Vic
did. I already took it off my sheet.
Okay.
I burned willpower going to the bathroom.
Oh, wait. It's a reroll, right?
Yeah,
we clicked
so
under
reroll.
Okay.
You do reroll in 3, so yeah.
That's called passing a kidney stone.
It happens.
Shit.
Okay. So you get there, and there is... So Ruby is following behind you, and she's kind of curious as to what's going on, because she's kind of like, well, you don't seem real hungry. You get in to the...
I would not have sprung this on her. I think on the way to the club, I would have explained that after that situation in the sewers, when, I kind of ran into that woman, well, she kind of gave me these powers, but they come with a cost. So I would have, I would not have shell shocked her on this thing.
So
You've learned your lesson of keeping shit from Ruby.
Yes.
So you get to this little art house, and when you're kind of feeling it out. You're looking for people. You're kind of trying to think, gauge by age. When you go to the unisex bathroom that they have in there, you actually Ruby stays outside. You bump into a cute girl. Her head is shaved. It's shaved bald. She's rocking. She is rocking like a military cut. She's got on dog tags, overalls. You think that she's basically still in her BDUs. You think that maybe she is.
You got yourself a little G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Hey, no punches.
When she seems a little surprised at first, but so here's the question: would you do this? Would you be intimidating her to do this, or are you going to be doing this sexy?
Sexy, because I got that persuasive, right? I got 3 in persuasion.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
So
hottie, look at my body.
You slip in there, and before she can kind of even focus on you and figure out, you are all up and on top of it. And once she kind of gets what's going on, she seems like she is equally on top of it. Locks the door, to which you hear Ruby outside being like, "Hey,
like you didn't mention you wanted a little menage a trois." Bingo.
You shove her into the bathroom and strip down those off the BDUs, and you don't even have to use your fangs. And for those out there who are wondering exactly how this works, I will only point you to the Typo Negative song Wolf Moon, and I will let you figure it out by yourself.
Oh, this is a bingo slot right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is the definition in the book.
Alice earned her Red Wings. That's all it is.
There we go.
Period only stops
with
at a
this
sentence, baby.
Red Wing activation mode.
So
nice.
So the question is, and I will let you ponder this while you're down there. Are you increasing your stamina or your resolve?
Resolve, I think.
Your stamina gets you more health. Your resolve gets you more willpower.
Resolve.
Okay. Then for the remainder of the evening, your resolve is increased by 2, as is your willpower.
Nice.
By 4.
So, you leave her breathless and maybe needing some napkins. And when you open the door, Ruby looks, and she at first she looks like she's going to be angry, and then she thinks about what you told her. She goes, "Oh,
honey, if you could do it, then we could do it, but you can't, so we can't."
Did Alice get a chance to wash off at least?
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, it's a bathroom, of course. I'm going to walk out a mess. Not in this outfit. Good Lord.
Oh, what a great opportunity to wear that to Elysium.
Leave just like one little dribble, just right here, just right here.
It's like war paint, man. Just
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say.
Just,
You,
just
Vic, for getting
the
there
finger down the
Nice.
face.
He's like,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is the point where we're gonna go take a bio
Yeah,
break,
we are.
everybody.
"Hey."
Woo! And when we return, Elysium awaits. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us for this far. We're gonna take our break. Yeah, go have a drink, a smoke, a bio break, what you need, and we'll meet back here in a few.
next Monday.
All right,
From
everybody.
exactly this point.
Yes, we've got a little bit of a family emergency real quick. We're gonna have to take the kiddo to urgent care. So we're cutting stream here. I want to thank Knox for being with us, Scott, Zack, and Martha, and we will see you guys. I know I'm gonna do a solo midweek, and we'll see together as a group next Monday. So everybody take care. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later.
Again, not to worry.